Felicia Pullam is the elusive Star F, tweeting on behalf of Governor Markell and serving as a core member of the governor's communications team. Prior to joining Delaware state government, Felicia lived in Asia for nearly a decade, leading the regional corporate responsibility practice for APCO worldwide. However, she informs us that she wasn't always a corporate hack or bureaucrat. She started off her career as a Princeton and Asia teaching fellow and later worked on the set of Zhang Yimou's Hero as Zhang Jiyi's English tutor. Felicia Pullam up from Delaware to talk about how the tweet becomes a road comb.
I think all of you probably know my boss, and I mean, you literally probably know him because this is Delaware. And so that's my superhero name, asterisk F. And I'd like to introduce another character in the story today, who many of you also know, and that's Maya Pavesa. So she was not only keeping her eye on the road like a good driver, she was also keeping her eye out for her neighbors like a good Delawarean, because she sent me a tweet one day. And that tweet said, sinkhole in Pike Creek is getting ready to open up in that DE, and here's a photograph. So, since that's my job, I clicked on the link to check out the photograph and see what was facing us. So a little bit of suspense as we wait to see the sinkhole. Really? I mean, it looks kind of big here. But on my computer screen, I'm like, what is that, a quarter? Is that, I mean, how? So I send it to DelDOT and I say, hey, is this serious? So, and a little more suspense as I wait for DelDOT to reply, yes. This is actually the picture that DelDOT sent me to say that yes, sinkholes can be serious. Delaware sinkholes are not usually as bad as that Guatemalan monster. Most Delaware sinkholes are actually caused by debris pits that were dug in the 60s, 70s, or 80s, where contractors would often just push stones, construction debris, and sometimes even big trees into the pit, covered up. There would be some things would rot, and then slowly the rain would come down, it would push the dirt into the hole, and then you'd get a sinkhole. So the Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control often has had to deal with that kind of sinkhole. I'm not sure if I needed this picture, but I thought the guys might like it. The Department of Transportation often deals with different kinds of holes because they deal with roads. So sinkholes like this might be caused by a leak underground. So maybe a pipe would be leaking or some water would be coming out of a catch basin nearby. So the first thing that DelDOT would do is they'd send a person out to make sure that there wasn't a safety hazard. So they would scope it out and they'd put some road cones. Maybe they'd put some barrels or a fence or even a plate, depending on how severe the sinkhole is, and they'd rope it off so nobody would get in trouble. Then they'd start investigating the cause of the actual sinkhole. So sometimes they could use these video cameras that go inside the pipes to find out what the problem is. So very cool stuff. But let's go back to our sinkhole. DelDOT did put up the cones. but Maya let us know that there was a little bit of problem with the first set of cones that were put out. So DelDOT went back and they put up another cone. Let's see what happened to that one. So at the same time, DelDOT did use the video camera. They went in and they found out that actually there was a pipe underneath, a stormwater pipe that was leaking. So they put a temporary patch on that, and then they put another temporary patch on the top to keep things safe. As you can see, Maya was documenting the growth of the hole, as well as her awesome pedicure. So the hole is all patched up now, and they're waiting to do the final repair, and they'll eventually pave it over, and it'll look great. So that's the story of this sinkhole. Now, every year in Newcastle County alone, actually last year, DelDOT had to deal with a lot of sinkholes. In fact, 500 sinkholes in Newcastle County. Now, some people say that state government is a sinkhole. But I disagree, because I know that there are a lot of real sinkholes out there that need to be fixed. And this is how you can tell us about them. But there are a lot of state agencies that are starting to get involved in social media. And I hope you will tell them and everybody else in this room what you think, because we need your ideas, we need your suggestions, we need your creativity, and we also need your complaints. But most of all, we need our community. I'm sure you guys have all heard the story of Henrik Fisker, but he said that the reason he chose Delaware is that we can get the decision makers together to take action faster than he can get his family around the table for dinner. And the reason for that is because we have a really strong community and we've got great communication here. And so we have an opportunity through social media and through events like this to make that even stronger. So thank you very much.